Alright, let's talk holy water for a second. There are some Christian denominations, mainly Catholicism, but also some Protestant denominations, that believe that holy water is an actual, real thing. I've even heard some denominations go as far as to say if it's sprinkled on a demon-possessed person, their skin will physically burn. But is there any biblical evidence for this? No, not at all. There are three main points that people give for holy water being real. Number one being baptism, where they say that when you're baptized, the water that you're baptized in is holy water. This is not true at all. What makes the event holy is the symbolic nature of you giving yourself to Christ, right? You go under the water, you come out anew. The water itself does not matter. This is evidenced by, in the book of Acts, where a guy gets baptized in basically a mud puddle. The water itself is not holy nor clean. It's not about the water. The water itself during the baptism is not what's holy. It's the symbolic nature of what you are doing that is holy. The second thing people like to point to is the living water that Jesus talks about and the apostles and things like that. The living water refers to the Spirit, not actual physical water. There is no holy water present there. It's referring to the Spirit is living water. So that one, no. And the third thing that people like to point to for holy water's existence and being real is Numbers. Specifically chapter 17 or 19, I forget which one, but basically water is used in a ritualistic behavior when someone dies and there's ashes and things like that. But if you read in the context of Numbers, it's always water being used in like cleansing ways, actual cleansing, like cleaning yourself. That's number one. Most of the time it's just talking about, hey, if you're dirty, clean yourself with water, because it's 3,000 years ago and people don't really know that yet. And the second thing with that is, yeah, sometimes they used water in ritualistic behaviors in the Old Testament, but that was the Old Covenant. They did a lot of stuff with, you know, slaughtering animals and blood and things like that, and we don't do that anymore because Jesus Christ already shed his blood for us, right? The living water flowed out of him. We don't need to do ritualistic behaviors with water and blood or anything else like they did in the Old Covenant. Jesus already did it. You want to know where holy water actually came from? The earliest example of holy water is in about the 9th century. Basically, there was water fountains outside of church because you don't want to go inside of church dirty and dusty. You want to clean yourself off. That's what people did. They washed themselves in the fountain outside of church before they went inside. And then somehow that well that they used to clean themselves somehow became holy water and got sprinkled on people and stuff like that. So that's where it actually comes from. So is holy water biblical? No, I would say absolutely not. I think a lot of the traditions that happen are just that, traditions with no biblical basis. And I think if you're doing something religiously with no biblical basis, then you might be doing something wrong. But that's just me. And I think if you follow the Bible, it should be just you too. But with that, that's about it for today's short-length video. If you guys want to see my most recent full-length video where I talk about the creation of the earth and how the science and the Bible match up perfectly, then that link is right down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.